Hello everyone! In Granblue Fantasy Relink, players embark on an exhilarating sky adventure where they assemble parties to combat enemies using diverse skills and strategies. The game offers a curated selection of characters, each with unique abilities and roles, enabling players to craft their ideal party composition. Whether opting for Zeta or Gran as the protagonist, players navigate through an immersive world, encountering challenges and adversaries that demand tactical prowess and cooperation among party members. Navigating the Granblue Fantasy Relink Tier List aids players in optimizing their party formations by highlighting the strengths and synergies of each character. With considerations for elements, roles, and weapon types, players can tailor their parties to suit various playstyles and overcome formidable foes. As players delve deeper into the game's rich narrative and engaging combat system, the tier list serves as a valuable resource for maximizing enjoyment and success in their skyward journey. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking characters in Granblue Fantasy Relink. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of tier list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching! In Granblue Fantasy Relink, Cagliostro stands out as arguably the most invaluable support character available. With her distinctive party-wide buff, she provides a potent combination of attack, defense, and crit rate boosts that synergize effectively with other buffs. What sets her apart is her ability to stack buffs, ensuring a significant enhancement to the party's overall performance. Cagliostro's support capabilities extend beyond mere stat boosts. She excels in sustaining the team with her expansive skill set. Her large area of effect, AoE, heal, and revive abilities, coupled with her capacity to dispel, contribute immensely to the team's survivability in challenging encounters. Additionally, her knack for debuffing enemies with an attack reduction trap adds a tactical layer to battles, further solidifying her status as an indispensable asset. Furthermore, Cagliostro's unique sigil empowers her with a distinct advantage on the battlefield. Her fully charged attack not only deals considerable damage, but also imposes a defense debuff on enemies. This exclusive ability ensures that Cagliostro maintains a consistent debuff presence, effectively reducing enemy defenses and enabling her team to capitalize on vulnerabilities. With her unparalleled support capabilities and strategic prowess, Cagliostro emerges as a pivotal figure in the roster of Granblue Fantasy Relink, reshaping the dynamics of battles and enhancing the overall gameplay experience for players. Resulting in Cagliostro being placed in the S tier. Gandgoza stands as a formidable tank unit within Granblue Fantasy Relink, boasting the unique ability to draw hostility, counter enemy attacks, ignore stagger effects, dispel harmful effects on himself, and provide healing alongside a group-wide attack buff. On the surface, his skill set appears promising for the role of a designated tank. However, despite his impressive array of defensive capabilities, Gandgoza falls short in comparison to other tank archetypes due to his sluggishness. In the fast-paced battles of Relink, his slow movement and attack speed hinder his ability to deliver substantial damage, rendering him less effective for DPS checks than his more agile counterparts. While Gandgoza's toolkit positions him as a sturdy frontline presence, his lack of mobility and slower pace of combat control limit his overall utility in dynamic encounters. Players may find themselves drawn to other tank options that offer greater versatility and damage output, especially in situations demanding swift and decisive action. Despite his resilience, Gandgoza's unwieldy nature may ultimately relegate him to a niche role within the diverse roster of characters in Granblue Fantasy Relink, resulting in Gandgoza being placed in the C tier. Ferry stands out in Granblue Fantasy Relink as a distinctive blend of support and damage-dealing prowess, harnessing the power of summons to execute her strategies. What sets Ferry apart is her summons capability to inflict damage autonomously, making her invaluable during critical boss encounters where conventional attacks may be compromised by mechanics. Not only do her summons serve as formidable allies in battle, but they also bestow potent buffs upon Ferry and her comrades, enhancing the team's overall effectiveness. Despite these strengths, Ferry finds herself relegated to the bottom of the A-rank tier, overshadowed by superior support units available within the game's expansive roster. In the realm of Granblue Fantasy Relink, Ferry embodies a unique dynamic, employing her summons to execute her bidding while navigating the challenges of combat. Her versatile toolkit grants her the ability to adapt to various scenarios, ensuring that she remains a valuable asset in the heat of battle. However, despite her proficiency, Ferry's placement at the lower end of the A-rank echelon underscores the presence of more potent support units, whose abilities surpass her own in terms of overall utility and effectiveness within the game's strategic landscape, resulting in Ferry being placed in the A tier. Vaseraga, featured in Granblue Fantasy Relink, often finds himself compared unfavorably to counterparts like Siegfried, Vayne, or Id, due to his reliance on damage mitigation abilities at the cost of his own health. Unlike other tanks, Vaseraga must manage his Grynoth gauge to reach his full tanking potential, introducing an additional layer of complexity. His lack of mobility further positions him as a less versatile option than some of his counterparts, contributing to the perception of him as a selfish tank. Despite these drawbacks, skilled players can leverage Vaseraga effectively within a well-coordinated team. His Netherwrath ability, akin to Ides, has the potential to save critical allies, underscoring the fact that, while he may not provide buffs to the team, he is by no means rendered useless. Success with Vaseraga hinges on strategic gameplay and a team composition that complements his unique set of skills, allowing him to shine in specific scenarios, resulting in Vaseraga being placed in the C tier. Zeta stands out as an exceptional fire element damage dealer in Granblue Fantasy Relink, offering a versatile blend of offensive power and team support. With her arsenal of skills, she not only inflicts considerable damage, but also enhances the overall effectiveness of the team through attack debuffs and buffs. What truly sets Zeta apart is her remarkable ability to maintain aerial superiority, granting her a strategic advantage by evading ground-based attacks and precisely targeting specific parts of formidable foes. Mastery of her loop combo empowers players to effortlessly control the battlefield, making Zeta a formidable ally in any encounter. Her aerial prowess not only ensures sustained damage output, but also enables her to capitalize on enemy weaknesses, particularly those located in elevated positions where other characters might struggle to reach. With practice, players can harness Zeta's aerial finesse to optimize their offensive strategies and overcome challenging encounters with ease. In the dynamic world of Granblue Fantasy Relink, Zeta emerges as a cornerstone damage dealer, elevating team performance and turning the tide of battle in their favor, resulting in Zeta being placed in the S tier. Narmaya in Granblue Fantasy Relink emerges as a formidable force with her unparalleled combo potential and devastating damage output. Her unique ability to dispel buffs and slow down foes upon countering makes her an indispensable asset, especially in challenging boss encounters where every advantage counts. However, despite her offensive prowess, Narmaya lacks the durability of a traditional tank, often finding herself vulnerable to enemy assaults if her defensive capabilities aren't carefully managed. Beyond her offensive prowess, Narmaya also possesses the ability to redirect hostility towards herself while applying defensive debuffs to adversaries. Yet, players must exercise caution, as her defensive limitations can leave her susceptible to being knocked out if not strategically protected. In the hands of skilled players, Narmaya stands as a force to be reckoned with, blending offensive precision with tactical awareness to overcome even the most daunting of challenges in Granblue Fantasy Relink, resulting in Narmaya being placed in the A tier. Yodara is an exceptional force within Granblue Fantasy Relink, renowned for his lightning-fast attacks and unparalleled agility. His combat prowess lies not only in his ability to swiftly deal devastating blows, but also in his unique skill set, which includes the coveted mirror image buff. This potent ability grants the party the invaluable advantage of nullifying incoming attacks, a strategic boon that can potentially circumvent perilous boss mechanics. However, the full utilization of Yodara's mirror image buff hinges upon the accumulation of his triple shroud marks, a condition that necessitates landing a combo finisher, a feat that may prove challenging in the heat of battle. Within the dynamic realm of Granblue Fantasy Relink, Yodara emerges as a formidable ally capable of turning the tide of any confrontation with his unparalleled speed and versatile abilities. As players harness his formidable talents, they must strategically navigate the battlefield, capitalizing on his swift assaults while strategically timing the activation of his mirror image buff to maximize its defensive benefits. Amidst the chaos of combat, Yodara stands as a beacon of agility and resilience, offering both offense and defense in equal measure to those who dare to challenge the forces of darkness, resulting in Yodara being placed in the A tier. Charlotta shines as an exceptional DPS character in Granblue Fantasy Relink, boasting unparalleled survivability thanks to her arsenal of skills. Her ability to grant herself invincibility alongside a group-wide defense cut buff makes her a formidable force on the battlefield. What sets Charlotta apart is her unique counter mechanic activated by the triangle button, allowing her to swiftly retaliate against any incoming attacks, even in the midst of executing intricate combos. This ability not only enhances her offensive capabilities, but also reinforces her role as a reliable protector for the party. Moreover, Charlotta's utility extends beyond defense, as she brings a significant contribution to the team's offensive prowess with her generic defense down debuff. By weakening the enemy's defenses, she enables her allies to unleash even greater damage, solidifying her position as an indispensable asset for any party composition. For players seeking a balance between potent damage dealing and steadfast survivability, Charlotta stands as an exemplary choice, embodying the essence of resilience and strength in the face of adversity within the world of Granblue Fantasy Relink, resulting in Charlotta being placed in the S tier. Siegfried emerges as a formidable force in Granblue Fantasy Relink, renowned for his dual role as a damage dealer and a crucial support unit. His prowess lies in the adept management of damage mitigation and debuff resistance across the party, ensuring sustained health even amid relentless enemy assaults. With the ability to bolster defense collectively while inflicting strategic debuffs on foes, Siegfried amplifies the offensive capabilities of his allies while fortifying their defenses. However, his methodical combat style demands precise timing and execution, presenting a challenge in environments rife with swift boss mechanics where split-second decisions are paramount. Despite his measured pace and the demand for meticulous input, Siegfried's utility as a buff-centric character remains unparalleled in the heat of battle. His capacity to sustain the party's vigor through drain effects and shield them against debilitating debuffs renders him indispensable in prolonged engagements. While navigating the intricacies of his slower attack tempo requires adept finesse, Siegfried's invaluable contributions as a guardian and enabler underscore his significance within any adept party composition in Granblue Fantasy Relink, resulting in Siegfried being placed in the A tier. Percival emerges as a valuable asset in Granblue Fantasy Relink, serving as an exceptional support and utility unit within the game. His distinctive debuff ability inflicts defense reduction and slows enemies in a cone, offering a rare party-wide defense decrease that synergizes with the generic defense down. In addition to this, Percival brings a unique fire damage debuff to the table, coupled with area of effect skills that prove highly effective in swiftly clearing out hordes of lesser foes. Despite his limitations in terms of speed and attack speed, particularly when confronting endgame bosses, Percival remains a crucial member of the team, functioning admirably as a buff and debuff specialist. In the dynamic realm of Granblue Fantasy Relink, Percival's strategic contributions and versatile skill set ensure his relevance, even if he may not occupy the top tier of units. Players can capitalize on his strength to create a well-rounded party, leveraging his debuffs and AoE capabilities for effective crowd control and support in various encounters throughout the game. resulting in Percival being placed in the A tier. Vayne shines as a formidable support and tank within the realm of Granblue Fantasy Relink. His arsenal boasts multiple shielding mechanisms, affording not only himself, but also the entire team the ability to defy boss mechanics when deployed strategically. With Vayne leading the charge, teams find themselves bolstered, effortlessly navigating through challenges that would otherwise pose significant threats. While his utility in mitigating damage is unparalleled, Vayne's kit lacks the finesse of team-wide buffs or debuffs, and his attack speed may leave enthusiasts yearning for swifter engagements. Nevertheless, his presence proves invaluable, offering a reliable anchor amidst the chaos of battle. In the heat of combat, Vayne emerges as a steadfast ally, capable of elevating IO's ranking to new heights. His resilience and shielding prowess empower teams to confront adversities head-on, fostering a sense of invincibility amidst the most daunting encounters. While his contributions may not encompass the breadth of buffs and debuffs wielded by other characters, his ability to nullify mechanics and sustain the team's endurance renders him an indispensable asset in moments of dire need. With Vayne at the helm, players find solace in his unwavering protection, allowing them to unleash their prowess with a primal ferocity, secure in the knowledge that his steadfast presence will see them through even the most harrowing of trials. Resulting in Vayne being placed in the A tier. In the realm of Granblue Fantasy Relink, Lancelot emerges as a character whose strengths and weaknesses carve a distinct niche in the roster. While akin to Catalina with his ice-based crowd control abilities and impressive survivability through dodges, Lancelot falls short in terms of raw damage output, relegating him to a position below top-tier DPS units. Despite his swiftness, competitors like Charlotta and Yodara outshine him in sheer offensive power and team support capabilities. Nevertheless, Lancelot's unique ability to bypass damage caps with supplementary damage grants him a notable edge, particularly in scenarios where others have maxed out their potential. Within the dynamic landscape of Granblue Fantasy Relink, Lancelot's role underscores the delicate balance between utility and firepower, offering players an intriguing option that shines brightest when strategic considerations prioritize sustained damage over immediate burst. As teams navigate the challenges of battle, Lancelot's nuanced contributions provide a compelling dimension, ensuring that even amidst fierce competition, his presence remains a factor to be reckoned with. Resulting in Lancelot being placed in the B tier. Rosetta's versatility in Granblue Fantasy Relink shines through her unique ability to harness the power of roses for a wide array of effects, ranging from regeneration and enhanced attack to formidable defense buffs. Serving as an invaluable support unit, she can also employ skills for healing, dispelling, and damage reduction. Despite her capacity for dealing substantial damage and diverting enemy attention with her roses, Rosetta faces a significant drawback: the stationary nature of her floral companions. While certain skills allow her to reposition the roses, the limited radius for applying buffs and damage often leaves both the roses and Rosetta out of range, particularly when facing mobile bosses. Additionally, her effectiveness takes a hit against airborne foes, as the roses prove ineffective in such encounters. In the dynamic world of Granblue Fantasy Relink, Rosetta's strategic significance becomes evident, balancing her potent support capabilities with the challenges posed by the stationary nature of her roses. Players must navigate these limitations skillfully, considering the constant movement of bosses and the airborne threats that may render her signature roses less impactful in certain scenarios. Resulting in Rosetta being placed in the C tier. Yugan, a formidable ranged character in Granblue Fantasy Relink, brings a unique set of skills to the squad, making him particularly valuable for players aiming to maximize part breaks. His arsenal includes abilities that induce paralysis, provide healing, inflict poison with defense reduction, and most notably, grant the freedom to aim directly at specific targets. This last feature makes Yugan an exceptional choice for those seeking to efficiently dismantle enemy defenses. However, his reliance on stationary attacks poses a challenge in the face of swift bosses and dynamic combat mechanics, leaving him vulnerable during crucial moments that demand constant movement. Despite this vulnerability, Yugan remains an indispensable asset for teams struggling to achieve consistent part breaks. His specialized skills make him the go-to character when precision and utility are paramount, showcasing his prowess as a versatile and strategic addition to any squad in the immersive world of Granblue Fantasy Relink, resulting in Yugan being placed in the B tier. Io's strength in Granblue Fantasy Relink lies in her capacity to unleash devastating damage, albeit with a significant charge time attached. Coordinating with teammates or seizing opportune moments, such as when a boss is incapacitated, becomes imperative for maximizing her potential. When paired effectively, particularly with characters like Vayne, Io emerges as a formidable force, often securing the coveted title of Most Valuable Player. Nevertheless, executing her high damage attacks demands precise timing and strategic planning, making her prowess a challenge to harness but immensely rewarding in the heat of battle. In the realm of Granblue Fantasy Relink, Io's gameplay revolves around the delicate balance between preparation and execution. While her formidable potential for dealing massive damage is undeniable, it hinges greatly on teamwork and seizing fleeting openings. Successfully orchestrating her attacks amidst the chaos of battle requires not only skillful coordination, but also strategic foresight. Io stands as a testament to the game's depth, offering players a thrilling challenge as they strive to master her formidable abilities and secure victory against formidable foes, resulting in Io being placed in the B tier. Rakam in Granblue Fantasy Relink emerges as a formidable force, embodying the essence of a lethal combatant. Armed with a diverse array of abilities, he transcends the boundaries of conventional damage dealers. Not only does he possess the prowess to engage foes from a distance with unrivaled precision, but his repertoire includes techniques that amplify his destructive potential manifold. With enhancements to his self-attack and critical hit rates, coupled with the ability to augment the frequency of his assaults, Rakam stands as an unparalleled asset in any battle scenario. His strategic advantage extends further with a unique skill, Duration, affording him the ability to effortlessly evade boss mechanics, thereby enabling uninterrupted onslaughts against adversaries while requiring minimal intervention from the player. While Rakam's focus primarily revolves around maximizing his own damage output, his contributions to the team are undeniable. His proficiency as a ranged gunner not only facilitates efficient part breaking, but also serves as a cornerstone for coordinated assaults. Despite his self-reliant nature, Rakam's presence significantly bolsters the overall effectiveness of the party, making him an indispensable ally in the quest for victory within the realm of Granblue Fantasy Relink, resulting in Rakam being placed in the S tier. Catalina shines in Granblue Fantasy Relink with her impressive crowd control abilities, capable of freezing enemies in their tracks. Her utility extends beyond mere offensive capabilities, as she offers valuable team support through her invincibility buff, which can be strategically applied to either herself or her entire team. Additionally, Catalina brings healing powers and a team-wide buff known as Stout Heart, further enhancing her role as a versatile support character. However, Catalina faces challenges in reaching the upper echelons of effectiveness due to her reliance on the Ares meter and the summoning of Ares for optimal team buffs. Her slower attack speed poses difficulties, particularly when dealing with formidable bosses, making her somewhat less impactful compared to characters in higher tiers with more seamless team utility. Despite this drawback, Catalina remains a valuable asset in team compositions, showcasing her unique blend of control and support in the dynamic world of Granblue Fantasy Relink, resulting in Catalina being placed in the B tier. Gran and Jeta in Granblue Fantasy Relink epitomize versatility, embodying the jack-of-all-trades archetype within the game. They boast the capacity to inflict substantial damage, provide comprehensive team support through healing, buffs, and debuffs, and even mitigate incoming damage. However, maximizing their potential necessitates advancing their arts level, which proves challenging as late-game bosses exhibit high mobility, making landing combos a daunting task. Nonetheless, Once players find efficient methods to elevate their arts level, Gran and Jeta emerge as formidable DPS masters, capable of reshaping the battlefield dynamics with their unparalleled prowess. In the realm of Granblue Fantasy Relink, Gran and Jeta's adaptability stands as a cornerstone of their gameplay mechanics. Their adeptness in balancing offense, defense, and support roles grants players a dynamic edge in confronting the diverse challenges the game presents. While the pursuit of enhancing their arts level demands strategic finesse amid the chaos of battle, the reward of unleashing their full potential solidifies their status as indispensable assets in any adventurer's arsenal, embodying the essence of versatility amidst the ever-evolving landscape of Granblue Fantasy Relink's gameplay, resulting in Gran and Jeta being placed in the A tier. The video concludes here. In your opinion, who's the best character in Granblue Fantasy Relink? Write in the comments and let's discuss. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.